Hi, welcome to the Citizen of Earth show.
Bloody border.
For our first episode, we've come to the COP26 in Glasgow to see whether the United Nations and the entire nation-state system has what it takes to tackle climate breakdown, or whether we need an entirely new system altogether. Hi, my name is Patrick Thirlwell. I'm a politics and international relations graduate, a gardener and an activist, but more importantly than that, I'm a citizen of Earth. The truth is, our international system has failed us all. The rights of all people to be protected from violence and to have a safe and habitable planet to live on have been systemically violated by corporations and nation states. Most people agree that our politicians are corrupt, the economy is rigged, and we need to do something about it. But there's no consensus about what, and the media plays a large role in this. The rich and the powerful ensure that we feel cynical, apathetic, and alone. Our conception of what is politically possible is limited to whatever the political parties are offering, either from the left or the right. But what if there was an alternative? What if there was a system that could bring democracy to the local level, build resilience to climate breakdown, and unite humanity at the global level, bringing human rights to all? The problems we face, like climate breakdown, the rise of fascism, and rampant inequality, are so big that we're going to need to work together to solve them. If we don't create a system based on democracy, consent, peace, justice, and love, then the alternative is genocide, war, and extinction. So I've come to the green zone of COP26 to talk to the president of the Young World Federalists about why he believes the time has come for global democracy.
Okay.
Hello. And
Hi.
welcome to the Citizen of Earth show. My name's Patrick,
I'm Eston.
and we just met today, and we're Citizens of Earth.
Yes, we
So,
are. Yes.
That's great. Eston, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing here?
Yeah, I'm the president of the Young World Federalists, and we're here at COP to talk about how the UN is broken and incapable of solving global challenges like the climate crisis, and how it needs a democratic United Nations or global democracy to solve global problems.
I agree.
Basically, the nation states or the nation state system really restrict the voice of everyday people. And so we believe that by sort of squeezing the nation state from the bottom and from the top, with global governance that puts humanity first, and with citizens' assemblies at the local level, we can solve global challenges.
Amazing. So have you been at the COP?
Yes.
What's it been like?
It was a lot of greenwashing, I have to say.
Yeah.
Some was cool. It was fascinating. It was my first COP. So I was really walking around, wide-eyed and, awestruck for a while. The negotiation rooms with the countries sort of talking about random stuff was interesting, I guess, really slow. I really took away that instead of like intergovernmental negotiations, we really need citizen-led debate. I think everyone talking about negotiations, and we really just need a parliamentary or citizens assembly debate. And then a lot of greenwashing by the partners and the sponsors and all the. There's like 500 oil lobbyists there. It's crazy.
This is the bit where we'll cut in a bit of footage of this room that we're stood in at the moment. A bunch of just like racing cars that are like, we're electric, but they're like giant 4x4s that are like tanks and stuff.
Unilever, the power companies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible.
Microsoft,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So why are you a citizen of Earth? Why do you feel?
Wow, that's a good question. I've always, I think for a lot of us in the movement and feel this way, we felt as a citizen of Earth for quite a long time. So it's really been something I've carried with me for pretty much my whole life. I was fortunate enough to do a bit of travel in my youth, and that exposed me to lots of different cultures, and I realized how much in common we have as humans around the world. And then as I studied, I sort of got politicized, and I became interested in global democracy and making a legal status for people. I watched the migration crisis that happened in Europe and on the U.S. border, and realizing that people have a right to travel and to work. I'm an immigrant myself, and it's really difficult to travel and work, and so I really believe that if we had a legal world citizenship that would help alleviate some of the human rights abuses that are caused by national borders.
Exactly. So if we look at the UN Declaration of Human Rights, it's a really aspirational text that lays out so many different rights that maybe we might take for granted in a Western country. Like you have the freedom to not have your mail opened and to live in a democracy and to food and housing and shelter and all these things. But when we look around the world, it's self-evident that we went wrong when we entrusted nation states. Like we said, these are the principal actors that are responsible for abusing human rights systemically around the world, but we left them in charge of making sure they're enforced.
Yeah, and it's the same problem with the climate crisis or war or a lot of our global problems is, we basically, on a global level, we come to these nice events and talk about solving them and then give them basically to the criminals, to the people that are breaking the law and say, all right, solve the problem. And it's just a broken system.
For sure. Right.
Oftentimes at COP, I felt overwhelmed with despair between the heavy police presence shutting down our protests and the intense greenwashing. It felt like our voices weren't really being heard. I came to the conclusion that I'm a citizen of Earth over 2 years ago, and sometimes it's felt like nothing's ever going to change. But meeting Eston and the Young World Federalists, as well as other activists at COP26 who've decided that the UN is no longer fit for purpose, has filled me with renewed optimism. The people of Earth are not going to let the greed, stupidity and hatred of our leaders condemn us to death. To paraphrase Ursula K. Le Guin, we live in the nation-state system. Its power seems inescapable. So did the divine right of kings.
Thank you very much. It's been lovely talking with you.
Oh, of course, thank you so much for having me.
Ta-da! Episode 1.
If you want to get involved with the Young World Federalists, I'll put a link to their website down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We're going to be interviewing all kinds of fascinating people about what being a citizen of Earth means to them. Check out our website, UnitedPeopleof.Earth, to make the Citizen of Earth Declaration and join us in our journey towards cosmocracy.
Thanks very much. Peace, solidarity, love. I'll see you all next time.